Rolling record, rolling intro. Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. You're live.
Welcome to Influence Matters. It's the show that teaches you how to turn your story into impact and your expertise into influence. I am literary consultant Clara Rose, and I am your host today. Each week, I cover topics that are related to crafting your message for the world and building influence for your business, ministry, cause, or brand. Often, I have a special guest, of course, who's doing something interesting or unique or amazing that I think that you'd be interested in. And so I bring them on the show for you. And today is one of those days. I actually have two guests with me today, two amazing women that are doing amazing things in the world around them. And I am so excited to bring them here today. Let me tell you quickly about them before I bring them on. The first is Jennifer Ford Berry, and she is a best-selling author, speaker, and certified professional organizer, which you know I love that kind of stuff, and a productivity life coach. She hosts the Make Room Show and owns Elevated Escapes, a functional interior design company. So, if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know I also love interior design. So, she is totally one of my people. Throughout her career, she has founded multiple businesses, done live events and community groups, and all designed to support women in living with intention, clarity, and purpose. She has been dedicated to empowering women to prioritize what matters most. And my other guest, Jeannie Sanders, is a recognized speaker, the founder of Grit, which I can't wait for you to hear about, and a trusted voice in positive leadership. Rooted in authenticity, unwavering faith, and contagious joy, she brings powerful blend of experience and heart to her work. I know you're going to love her. She spent 21 years at Siemens and launching her leadership consulting business and an MA role with Scenes, I think is how it's her the company is said. She equips others to thrive personally and professionally through her pillars of culture, connection, and courage. Please help me welcome these two amazing women. Are you with me, my friends? There they are.
We're
Thank
here.
thank you for being here. Welcome to Influence Matters. Before we start,
Yay.
I want to give you it's my pleasure for sure. Before we jump into why we're really here, I want to give you an opportunity to say beyond just like a little bio that I read, tell us
Mm.
what it is that you really do in this world. Let's start with Jennifer. What do you do, my friend?
I'm one of those people that just love to create and to build new businesses. And sometimes, I'm a glutton for punishment because there's so too many projects. But I started out as a professional organizer after many years in corporate America because I became a mom and I wanted to have a little more flexibility. So I started a business in organizing, thinking I was just going to do closets and pantries. And over 20 years, it turned into being a life coach for women, teaching them about productivity, goal setting, time management, everything like that. And it turned into writing 5 books and then a podcast called The Make Room Show and many live events. I absolutely love speaking and hosting live events. And most recently, I started a business with the best interior designer I've ever worked with. Her name is Amy Wheaton, and we have just launched a company called Elevated Escapes, which basically takes interior design and organization and marries them into functional design, which is my new favorite buzzword. And just doing everything that helps women live with intention and purpose because we only have one life to live, and I don't want it to be filled with clutter. So that's what drives me.
Oh, I love that. You guys know that I love her already, right? If you know me at all, you know that we are soulmates, soul sisters, something. We both speak the same language. But of course, Jeannie is also one of those amazing people that I have grown to love very quickly. So, Jeannie, share with us what you do.
Thank you, Clara. So I am blessed to wear three amazing hats right now. My first role, best title of my life, is mom of a 5-year old. And so that takes quite a bit of time. But from a professional perspective, after, and Clara, you mentioned it, after 21 years of a wonderful and dynamic career with Siemens, I had traveled the world. I was chairing our diversity council. I was working for a president of sales, running sales operations for the US. And I started getting really involved in people related subjects. And I was building curriculum and I was developing programs. And so I launched my consulting business called Practice of Positivity Leadership Consulting to work with companies on elevating their company culture, working with teams on their camaraderie and leadership training. Very quickly, that grew organically with a program called GRIT, as you mentioned, which is a mouthful, but it's also very fun. Stands for Go Reinvigorate Intrinsic Talents. And that is a combination of boardroom conversation and training, and then typically outside. Could be extreme activity, could be beginner level activity. So when I lived in Nevada, it was extreme enough where we were hiking and sometimes skydiving and paddleboarding down the Colorado River, maybe extending over state lines from Nevada to Arizona, stuff that was a lot of fun. Here we have blindfolded people and we have carried logs on the beach and things like that. So, all in the name of leadership, getting out of your comfort zone so that when you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you kind of get into your learning zone and then your growth zone. So lots of fun. And then you had also mentioned my M&A role because I decided I would figure out how to make more than 24 hours in a day. I also wanted to tap into my business sense and growth and industrial engineering brain. And so I've taken on a role with a company called Signs, and it's a mergers and acquisitions. So coupling all of that together in the name of positive leadership.
Wow. See, she's amazing, isn't she? So, I brought these two wonderful, amazing, talented women on the show today for not just to introduce you to them and them to you, but for a very special reason. Because when I met these women, I knew that something new was coming. We are all women of faith, and so of course that's the underlying connector for us. But they're all also very accomplished women, accomplished and driven women, which uh, there not everyone out there is, right? Not every woman that you connect with is. And so I really connected with them, and we are birthing something new. So we are here to talk today about what it is that we're bringing to this world. So Jennifer, do you want to start by telling everyone a little bit about what we're creating?
Yes, I would love to. So when I recently moved from Buffalo, New York to Florida, I essentially am starting my business over here in this area. And I went to Clara because we knew each other through one of my closest friends, Amy. And I said, what networking group should I join, Clara? And I told her what I was looking for. I said, I don't want to be an I don't necessarily love networking with men. I really love just being with other like minded women. I love women that cheer each other on. I love just the positivity. And it was also important to bring in a level of faith because I feel like everything works together with better with that. So Clara did mention to me that there was a little bit of a void in the Tampa Bay area. We had known about a different group that kind of dissolved, and it was my and over the course of a conversation and and a cup of coffee, we decided that it would be really cool, like if we are seeing a void in the market, why not do it
Mhm.
ourselves? We love creating things, right? So we
Right?
talked about it. We love adding things to our to-do list.
Crazy.
So we
Mhm.
and we were talking about it, and I don't even remember how it got to the point that I knew Jeannie would be the perfect like third leg of the group, just
Mhm.
because I knew that she was so positive and fun and great energy and corporate background. And I mentioned it to Clara. She's like, absolutely. So we brought the
Yeah.
idea to Jeannie. She, of course, jumped on it, and we decided to start brainstorming, went back and forth with names. And for some reason, I just felt like God was telling me, bring in something to do with the area, right? We live by the Gulf, and I
Mhm,
wanted to kind of tie that in. And so the name Wave Makers was born. We
mhm,
all agreed to it. And we just started going from there. We really have a vision to create this
mhm,
new group called Wave Makers that is a networking group for basically Christian women who lead, people that are wanting to
mhm,
make waves in their community, in their world, whether it be running a business, running a home, running an organization, mentoring, cheering for a cause, having a specific purpose. And so we really, all three of us have the same vision that we want this group of tight knit women who
mhm,
just support each other, love each other, pray for each other, help each other grow their business. And one of the things that was important to us was to start at not to start at a baby level of business. Like
mhm,
we've all been in
mhm,
networking groups where women were just starting out, and we've been doing business for a very long time. And
mhm.
we wanted to find our women
Me
that
too.
could teach us too. We've all been in a teaching role and a
Mhm,
speaking role, but we need to have mentorship as well. So we're looking
mhm,
for women that are
for sure.
just, they're high achievers. They've have tons of wisdom and experience. And so that's really what Wave Makers will be about. And it launches
Mhm.
January 1st.
I'm so excited. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself, but we are looking for a group of women who want to make waves for Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Cheer each other on, support each
Amen.
other, a sisterhood, right? Of women who we aren't babies in business, right? We need other women who are also not babies in business to come together and um, support each other. So I'm super excited. Jeannie, do you have anything you'd like to share as well about? I know when Jennifer said, I know this lady, she would be perfect. I'm like, absolutely. Right. She said, I'm gonna ask her. So I'm like waiting, holding my breath, thinking, will she? And then Jennifer's like, she's in. I'm like, yes. Right. So talk to us about how you came into this and then your insights or your thoughts about wave makers, maybe.
Sure. Well, one, I love that you used the third leg to the stool because what was I
Mhm.
just singing? A firm foundation, right? I mean, what a great
Right?
foundation, three
Mhm,
legs to an amazing stool.
mhm,
So thank you, Jen, for that. And gosh, I remember us sitting down for breakfast, and I don't know if we ever were like, okay, yeah, we're in. It was just assumed. We all met for
mm,
breakfast, and it was, yeah,
mhm,
we're in, we're doing this. It was really a no brainer for me. I am a preacher's kid. I've been in church my whole life. I've loved it.
mm,
I have morphed over my years. I'm a Lutheran. However, I ended up at a non denominational church with hands in
mhm,
the air, just
mhm,
all of the things. And now I'm at a Baptist church, come full circle. So when Jen mentioned it to me, it was just a no brainer to have authentic women leaders come together, rally around and with mentorship, accountability, prayer, business. I
mhm.
mean, what a great combination. It was a no brainer for me to join this. And I cannot wait for us to kick it off actually next week at our mixer.
Next week. Yes, yes. So I don't wanna run out of time. But I do wanna
Right.
talk about the mixer for sure, but I just wanted to point out that when we started this all, we came with, all the same ideas. We're like, "You know what? We want a community of women doing it together, right? Celebrating
Mhm.
each other, a place there's no judgment, right? A place where we can show up, as our own genuine selves, cheer each other on no matter what's going on because we all have highs and lows, whether we're rebuilding or trying to connect or chasing big goals, whatever it is that we're doing, that we'll find support and strength and sisterhood where we can lift each other up. And that has been wave makers has been the that's been the birth of it. So let's talk about next week. I'm super excited. This is the kickoff, and it's the holidays, so of course we're gonna have a party, right? A Christmas party of
Of
sorts. So,
course.
who wants to talk about the mingle jingle, mingle jingle mixer,
Jingle
mingle
mingle.
mingle mixer? Okay. Jingle mingle mixer. Who wants to talk about the mixer?
Jen, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Jeannie. Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to
So
go.
we decided to. This is us cheering each other on, right? No, you got it. I
Right?
got it.
You
Okay.
go.
We are kicking off the idea of wave makers in festive form, basically. So we're having this mixer next week on Wednesday, and it's in the Clearwater area. So it's a great location right on the intercoastal. It's a beautiful spot that Jeannie found for us. We love it. Excuse me. And it's basically anybody is welcome to come that has, maybe they could be a wave maker. Maybe they feel like we could be your people. And we're just going to make it high energy, fun. There'll be lots of music, prayer, ways to get to know each other. We're going to have different table topics and champagne and, non-alcoholic, and also lots of good food. And obviously Clara's famous lemonade has to be there. So it's just gonna be fun. If you want to bring your girlfriends or your mom or your sister or your daughter, like I am, and it's going to literally be all ages from 25 up to 75. It doesn't matter. You are welcome to come. We want you to come and just get a feel for what we're about and be open to maybe meeting some of your new best friends. You never know what can happen at an event like this. And that's why I love it so much. I love this idea. Plus, it's the Christmas season, right? We're all
Mhm.
just needing to take a break from our long to do list and unwind and it's like me time for women.
Mhm.
Jeannie mentioned she's a mom. I'm a mom. Clara's a mom. Like, we have long lists of things to get done before Christmas,
Mhm.
right? So this is a way for us to just kind of enjoy the season before it goes by too fast. And I always tell women that I coach, don't let the season go by without intention, because if you do, you will
Mhm.
literally spend the entire month doing, and not being in the moment, not experiencing the joy and the peace that the season is all about. So that's what I'm excited for.
So well said. Perfectly said. I'm super excited to bring my daughter as well. It makes it sound like I'm bringing a kid, but she's in her 40s. So, but I'm bringing my daughter. She's going to, help with the lemonade and some of those things. But one of the great pleasures of my life as a woman who owns a business is to be able to model for my daughter um, how to do this, right? Model
Right.
um, being bigger than what you think you can be, doing more than what you think you can do, standing boldly for Jesus. And so I love that we have an opportunity to show our kids, right? How it's legacy building, right? Show
It
them what's
is.
possible, to dream big, think big, and build a sisterhood. Right? Belong to a sisterhood. So I'm super excited for that part. Okay. I think John flashed it for a minute, but how do people get signed up? If you're in the area, how do people get signed up to participate? Jeannie?
So we can one of two ways. So the punch bowl
Okay.
invitation right there, they can click
Mhm.
on if we can we make that live and they can RSVP. You can also go to practiceofpositivity.com and there's a tab called Wave Makers and in there will take you directly to the punch bowl link as well where you can RSVP. So we do have some slots left. I say slots, but as we mentioned, we're aiming for a specific number, but if God brings
Mhm.
us more than that, we're going to make it work because we're Mave Wakers and that's what we do. So we want everyone to come. And I will also say we have done between the three of us probably hundreds of different networking. So for the business people listening, we have taken things that work really well and tried to take out what doesn't work well and make it very much networking, but also fun. So I think it's a really good culmination of networking, table topic conversations, prayer time, conversation, mingling, all the things. So if you're looking for networking, this really is a networking event as well. And you will leave with the contacts and everyone who has attended. So I think that's great for people who are listening to this.
Yeah, for sure. It's not just a party, although we
It's,
tend to, we're going to have some really amazing, charcuterie style
yeah,
yummies and, you know, bubbly and it will be fun, but we are absolutely business women, Right? So there is a business component to it. Not to say that you have to own a business. You might be
Right.
running a ministry, right? Or you might be, in leadership in your home in a different. So it might not look the same for you, but you are still welcome if you love Jesus and you are looking to connect with other women who are wave makers. Even if you're not sure that this is a place to plug in, come check us out. Come find out. Come see if we are maybe your people, because you don't know until you step into that room. And then, worst case scenario, you will walk away with having spent time with other amazing women around the
Yes.
tables, around the food, around the beverages, around the table topics, right? Getting to know other women locally. And that's just gold, right? That's those connections. You don't know what divine connection or divine appointment will come from gathering in a room like this. So if you're at all on the fence, don't be. Hop right in. I know that you could also find a link there's a Facebook event. So if you're a Facebook
Yes.
person, um, you can find a link there. Uh, on mine, Savvy Clara Rose. If you can't find the event, you can find it on my social media, except for my Instagram, which I have to confess I am new to Instagram and I just don't know how to do it. So I'm like, so if one of you ladies are on Instagram and you know how to get something on there for people, you go, girl. Right?
We got you,
That
Clara.
all right. That is a perfect example of why we are better together, right? We each come to this group with unique skill sets. And I think that's what makes this three-legged stool strong. And that's what will make this networking group or this network of women so powerful and so strong, is that we all do come with different things to offer. So the sisterhood will be just amazing. I can't wait to get started. I'm ready now. Let's do this now.
No, I
I
can't
Okay,
am
wait.
so we
too.
have
I
a
I
can't
also
wait.
want to mention I wanted to mention to the audience, Clara, that if you're listening to the show, because I know you have listeners all over the world, if you're
Mhm,
interested in this and you're like, but I don't live in Florida, that's okay, because we are making the membership nationwide once it launches in
mhm,
January. So there's a couple of ways you can get involved now. You can either, if you're visiting Florida next week, by the grace of God, please sign up and
mhm,
come and meet us,
mhm,
because it's not a bad place to be in December. Trust me. It's
mhm,
been
mhm.
gorgeous out. And also, we will be having a free group on Facebook. So you could go search right now, Ripple Effect, and find us and just, send us a message. Say, hey, I'm interested in joining Wave Makers.
Mhm.
Tell me more. And we will start the conversation
Yes.
rolling with you no matter where you live.
Mhm. Absolutely. So true. I'm glad that you brought that up because my show is all over. Like, actually,
Yeah.
people on the space station watch this channel. So
Oh,
we're
wow.
we're not just terrestrial, right? We're extraterrestrial, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so wherever
I
you
love
are
it.
in the world, if you are a wave maker, you want to be a wave maker, we encourage you to reach out and have a conversation with us. If you love Jesus and you want to make a difference in the world around you, you're high achieving, overachieving, crazy serial entrepreneur people, we are your people. So connect with us. Please connect with us. Okay, so we have like 5 minutes left. What else do we want to say to the audience about wave makers, or what we're trying to accomplish here, or just anything? Any other thing you want to share before we run out of time? Anybody?
I think it's just important to mention, if you've never been part of a group like this, the
Mhm.
three of us have talked a lot about what networking and community, more importantly, I like to say community over networking.
Mm,
Having your
sure.
tribe of women is priceless. I know I
Mhm,
can say for myself, I would not be here today if it wasn't for connecting myself intentionally with other women and being able to
mhm,
say, hey, what can I learn from this person? I can learn from
mhm,
every woman I meet, no matter the age, no matter the
mhm,
background. There's always things that I need to learn in order to grow myself as a human, but also my businesses. So I think if you haven't done it before, please consider how important this could be. And even if
Mhm.
you're sitting there listening, you know, hey, I'm introverted, I don't like big groups. It's not
Mm.
that kind of feel. It's not a,
Right.
like I mentioned before, I hate to dog BNI, but I've been in groups like that where it just feels
Mhm.
like maybe I don't belong, or maybe it's a totem pole of success. And I don't think that this will feel
Mm.
like this for you. I think you can come and just feel right away. And that's our mission, to make you feel welcome as soon as you show up. And
Right.
because we're not women that are trying to step on each other, we're women that are trying to lift each other up, which is why the faith
Mhm.
component is so important. I think that's what gives it a different feel. So I highly
Mm.
encourage everyone listening that you're just feeling that in your spirit right now, like a nudge. But then there's going to be that fear component that says, "Well, it might not be for me." If you got the
Mm.
nudge, it's for you.
Absolutely.
I completely agree. And just here's just
Mhm.
a tiny example. I met Jennifer through a friend, Amy Debrick, who I helped her write her, well, more than one book, but so we've worked on a couple of her book projects, and they had partnered up and done a focus retreat. So I got to know her by going to an event, right, with a group of women who love Jesus, and that's how I met her. And so, had I not put myself in the right spot, in the right room, around the right people, the right community of women, I never would have met her. And then because I met her, I met Jeannie. Even though she lives in my area, I didn't know her. I had never met her. So I would have missed out on another wonderful connection, an amazing new friend, had I not put myself in the right place. So just as a word of encouragement, where you put yourself, the people you surround yourself with, the community that you associate with changes everything. It matters,
Yep.
my friends.
Absolutely. And can I say one more thing? I know we have just a few
Yes,
minutes.
yes. Yep.
Again, for the audience who I feel like we want to make sure, because I've been in both places, right? I've been in the, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just riding a white horse through life. Like everything is, I'm just, rainbows and butterflies. And then
Mhm,
my last 2 years, just so much came crashing down. And the two things that kept me through were obviously my faith in Jesus Christ and my
mhm,
people. And for the people
mhm,
listening, they're people that I've known forever and they're people that I just met. So you can
mhm.
build. I think there's this stigma that you cannot build true friendships at a later age in life. And that's not true. You
Mm,
absolutely can,
not true.
especially with what we're trying to do here. It's authentic, it's
Mhm.
real. We do really care about
Yeah.
women. So if you
Mhm.
are in that season of flying high and you are, wanting to go to the next level, awesome. If you're feeling you need the extra supportive weighted down season,
Mhm.
we want both seasons, and it's okay. It's
Mhm.
okay to be okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to not be okay. Right. So both
Yeah.
people, we're gonna bring you in and support you. We're gonna have conversations around
Love
both of
that.
those seasons of your life.
I love that. Yes, 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 yes. That's why the sisterhood. That's why the community. That's why we're launching Wave Makers, so that together we can make waves for Jesus, but at the same time support each other, be there for each other. And let me tell you, this year I turned 60, and I'm here to say 60 is the new 40, right? I still want to make waves for Jesus. I'm still meeting other amazing women like these two ladies. So please come join us if you think it's for you. Okay, dang it, we're out of time. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. I appreciate and value your time and can't wait to see you next week.
Thank you, Clara.
Love you
Thank you.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, we are just about out of time, but I do want to take one really quick minute to say, if you are ready to grow your influence with a book, you can hop over to Facebook and join the free Savvy Author community on Facebook. It's called Savvy Authors. Or you can check out the Savvy Author Academy on my website, craftingyourmessage.com/work with us. If you would like to chat with me about your book project, you can also grab a free consultation on my website. My scheduler's there. Let's write your book. This is Clara Rose reminding you to be strategic, be intentional, be savvy, because influence matters, my friend. See you guys next week.